So I am back with a video on nutrition. If you click on the link below and go to my shopping page, you will notice that there is a section for nutrition. This is not about nutritional science, typically just what I like to carry to not starve to death on a ride. And I typically ride fasted, so I often don't eat anything. But if I eat something, anything at all, that's going to be typically something like what you see here. I sometimes carry nutrition bars, not really high protein bars. It's not my goal to eat 100 grams of protein from bars, but I do carry them just not to starve. Sometimes I carry that tofu treat that you see on the right, and I also like cheese. A lot of people would not want to carry cheese for a long ride, especially in warm weather, because that could spoil. But I've never had that problem. I often carry cheese even in July for all-day rides, and I've never had a problem with it spoiling. In any case, if you're worried about carrying dairy, you can buy cooler packs, and so you can keep them cool for a whole day if need be. So that should not be a problem. Also, in general, getting these in bulk online is a lot cheaper than picking them up from a local store. And having an emergency when you are absolutely starving is the worst, because some of the gas stations or convenience stores might have them, but it's going to be the most expensive. This is the Lara Bar. It's probably my favorite bar of all of them, and cherry and the pecan are my most favorite flavors. These bars have sugar in them, but not really any grain-based carb. So you get about 20 to 30 grams of sugar, but it's natural sugars. They typically use dates as a base to make the bars stick together, and they put in nuts, so they have a decent amount of fat content, not much protein, a little bit of protein. So it's not just a pure carb bar, and then some fruit. And the fruit is going to be dry fruit. Chewing a lot on these bars without being able to clean your teeth is not going to be very healthy. So I don't recommend that you do this too often. In general, I don't recommend bars too often. I mean, I don't carry them for every ride, but because they contain carbs and sugars, and because the dates and the dried fruit are typically sticky, they can cause dental decay if you do carry them all the time. Now, obviously, you can just buy a bottle of water or some kind of a drink and try to rinse your teeth with that. That could help. That could help a bit. But just as I said, sometimes I don't eat anything, or I carry cheese, which you can keep in your mouth all day long, and it's never going to be a problem. This is Lara Bar and the cherry flavor of it, which is the best, and you can get them for less than $2 if you buy them in quantity. Very nice, great company. They've been around for quite a while and very successful. You can get these bars even at ShopRite, many of the health food stores, probably most of them. A lot of convenience stores have them, sometimes a gas station. But the thing is, you want to buy these bars where there's a high turnover. So in bulk from an online source, or from like a supermarket that has a high turnover, because they are so much more fresh and so much better. This is the CLIF Bar. It's not as good as the Lara Bar, and the only flavor I like is really the white chocolate. This one has grains in it, but people complain about grains. I mean, that's the current fashion, that grains are going to destroy your teeth, your health, whatever. I'm not sure I'm buying into that, because cultures have existed on quality grains for thousands of years. But in any case, in this case, the grains are organic. Almost every ingredient in this bar is organic. Unfortunately, it does contain some table sugar, which is unnecessary, and I'm not sure why they do this. They could just do the cane juice, which is a much healthier version, in my opinion. Some people say that table sugar and honey and cane juice and maple syrup and all these things are the same thing, but they are not, because sugar is a highly processed and synthesized drug that comes with absolutely none of the natural molecular structures and vitamins and minerals attached that you would find with raw honey and maple syrup, and even with cane juice. So yeah, this one has a little bit of sugar. As I mentioned, this is not for frequent daily use, unless you can rinse out your teeth right away. But even then, I would be careful to not overdo them. I do try to maintain a keto diet for part of the week, but not for the weekends, and not every day. There are some days when I cheat, I admit that. And sometimes it happens with these bars. I think it's helpful to keep a box at home, just in case you get bad weather or get stuck or whatever, you are hungry. It's much better than running out starving and getting some junk food or a bag of Oreos or something like that. So those two bars I do recommend, especially the Lara bar. Then there is SunNeed. These people are based in the Northeast. They are phenomenal. I have been eating their products for 40 years. I don't know how they do it. They have somehow managed to turn tofu into dessert and savory goods. They have some vegan meat replacement kind of products. They don't really taste like meat, but they taste really good. It's not garbage. It's not like the typical awful soy tasting tofu fake meat that you buy from most places. Unfortunately, you would have to either live in the Northeast to get to these products, or maybe some of the companies that they deal with would ship it to you. I've never tried that, because there are always health food stores nearby where I could get them, and so that's what I do. This is their tofu niche. The original niche is a potato product. It's a disgusting, greasy Eastern European cheap snack food product, but this one is actually quite healthy. The nutrition is similar to a Lara bar. You get some protein, not a lot. If you eat two of these, you might get less than 20 grams, just under 20 grams of protein, but the taste is really good. The ingredients are organic. There is no bad soy taste. It's really quite a healthy product to have, and it's not sticky. I would say both the Lara bar and the CLIF bar have their natural stickiness, probably because the only way to keep the bar together is to put some kind of a glucose or some kind of a sugary syrup to keep it together. In this case, they are actually using a bit of wheat. That's the outside of this patty or niche. The best one is the cranberry apple. It's definitely my favorite, but they make excellent sandwiches, and for not a lot of money. For $5, you get something like 25 grams of protein out of 350 calories. So you could carry two of these sandwiches, have 700 calories, which is totally reasonable for a ride, and get 50 grams of protein. Not exactly bodybuilder level, but definitely enough to maintain. And on days when I ride, it's not necessary for me to eat 100 grams of protein. I'm not trying to lift weights. I'm not trying to get built on that one day. In the evening when I come home, I can have a big salad, eggs, or whatever protein source I want to. So my purpose with carrying this stuff is just to keep from starving. This is highly recommended. If you can get it, I would say give it a try because it's totally worth it. Finally, I'm adding on my most favorite cheese producer. This is a dairy farm in New Jersey. They have a website and they ship, I believe they ship all over the country. I have bought from them both in farmers markets as well as ordering from the online shopping page, and they put the cheese into a cooling container, so it's going to be absolutely okay even if you order it in the summer. And they have a lot of cheeses that are raw, totally unpasteurized, and most of this stuff is goat and sheep. They have some cow cheeses as well, but once you get a taste of some real high quality goat or sheep cheese, there's no turning back. You're never going to go back to the supermarket American cheese, pepper jack, Swiss cheese, whatever the hell it is, because these cheeses are just so much more tasty. They are way beyond the average supermarket cheese that you can get locally. So you have to order it, and it's not the cheapest. You are paying close to $30 for a pound. So I would probably not be eating this every day, and I don't eat cheese every day. But this is a great way of snacking all day long if you want to, because your teeth are not going to be damaged. There's no sugar in it. It's totally keto. In fact, it's good for your teeth because there is calcium in it. So soaking your teeth in calcium is a good idea. There's nothing wrong with it. And this is it for the current video. This was a bit of departure from bikes and rides, but I think if you're a regular rider, you might benefit from having access to some information. This shopping page is something I set up partly for you, but also for myself. I myself use it all the time because I don't necessarily remember all the links, and I don't necessarily want to spend 15 minutes searching on the web. Most of what I talk about is listed on this page. So if you're curious, if you just want to do research, this is the place to get it. I'll see you in the next video.